This is London. We're going through a few video technicals. Just wanted to get through some details there, flipping through some screens. We're going to cover the details on, guys, technical analysis for Bitcoin. Want to let you guys know our VIP top level of membership. I want to shout out to Angel, number one on top of the screen. You'll see that. 58,000 in total contributions. A lot of success has been had here on coins like Dogecoin, Bitcoin. You'll see the top left to the right. Dogecoin, Bitcoin, FXS, currently in a bull flag. And just to talk about it, descending triangle for Dogecoin, a symmetrical triangulation for Bitcoin on the hourly. FXS, 1 hourly, is in a bull flag. We have SHIB that is currently in a descending triangle on the 4 hourly. So we're going to go through the technicals. In addition, Cody, currency of the internet, is in a downward sloping channel, maybe indicative of a bull flag, of course. Then we have NEAR, which looks like it's in a bull pennant. We're going to talk about NEAR. Also USDT.D, the Tether dominance. We're going to go through the details on Tether to talk about inverse correlation with the market. So it's currently in somewhat of a bull flag. So we are also going to talk about potentially, guys, OGN, Origin Protocol, another potential bull flag. So I've chosen the specific coins. In addition, we'll talk about XRP, just to let you know, XRP, potentially even audio. Okay, we have quite a few of the coins to go through tonight. I want to shout out to the VIP. I hope you guys are doing well. If you can, please hit the like button no matter when you listen to this, and let me know that you're not a robot. It makes a difference for me if these are automated viewers. Some people come in spam versus the people who actually show up for TA. It's extremely important to me. I appreciate that very much. This is London, former financial professional, not financial advice. You guys know that. Former Harvard Business School, Duke University, certified in markets, but not financial advice. And like I see 3 watching right now that have just streamed in slowly. We keep it exclusive, low crowd count, but no one touches the like button when I ask that. And if it's just robots, we will disconnect, and I don't have to go over TA for anybody. We've been going over that in the back. So if you're not robots, you can go ahead and hit that like button. Otherwise, I will get together with VIP on our own time and do that. If you'd like TA and you are there in the audience, it would be nice to know that. And let me go ahead and post to I'll just take my time while individuals are streaming into the room. I want to welcome you all to Good Friday, to a good weekend, to a good life. I've been telling people it's a good life. So as we talk about the details in terms of top left, again, Dogecoin, descending triangle. Bitcoin, symmetrical triangulation. Okay, the Dogecoin on the 5-minute. BTC, symmetrical triangulation indicated now on the hourly. We're going to discuss that. Trading all day. VIP, we're trading all day. Exciting to see that. We're trading on LBank. In addition, guys, to let you know, we are trading on LBank. Now, LBank is really exciting. It is, guys, up to 125x on BTC. So I want to let you guys know, if you're interested in trading, first of all, if you're interested in trading, our trade group is number 1. If you're interested in, I'd say 125x, I want to put 125x. It is a cool exchange. I look forward to you guys using LBank, and you'll get rewarded if you guys use that specific. If you use the specific link, you'll get some prizes, or what all you'll get. I think you'll be able to claim some USDT so that you can, I don't know, try and trade with it. 125x, that's a good, very good, I'd say, multiple to work with. So in terms of the technicals, you guys can let me know what your thoughts are, what you would like to cover tonight. Let me just put here, trade. And I want to shout out to Angel. My man, what's up? Hope everything is good today, and etc. with the family, everything else. Had a great chat last night with you, and I'm excited. I just put that LBank in the chat right now, and I had sent you that link, I think a few times, and I think I sent that again when you requested it again yesterday. So that's good to know that you're going to be signing up on LBank. I look forward to it. It's going to be a big deal. People made millions of dollars on the last exchange that I recommended that they trade on. That's the bottom line. That's the truth. And Angel is witness, etc., that I think people made millions of dollars a day, million plus a day, back to back on the former exchange. So that exchange is migrating. So we're going to be working, or it's being revamped. Outside of the United States of America. So Gate is no more in USA. So we're switching to LBank. That pinned tweet, as I've been putting in there, guys, will get you to that so you can operate and trade legally in the U.S. Very important to us. Looking at Dogecoin, right? More to the upside, bit of a symmetrical triangulation within this structure here. It is a descending wedge with some trappings that we would look at. With some trappings indicative of a potential. I'm going to say a potential. The flatter that we get this, right? The flatter that we get instead of more of an angle to it, right? We would like an angle to our descending wedge. The flatter that these two hits become, the more it could be interpreted as a bearish feature. So we just keep that in mind always. That one is a little bit flat. Okay, we'd like to have a little bit more angle on our descending wedge, something a little bit more angled down in terms of that line of support. So just to discuss that, and I want to welcome you guys. Hope that you're all having a great start to your weekend here. It is Bitcoin spike, and we're going to go through. You guys know how we roll. Well, you know what we do. We go through the advanced technicals, right? BTC on the hourly. Interesting to see this develop into. We've been climbing up towards something all day. You guys know that. Y'all yesterday, okay? Pretty nice day. Let's go ahead and measure that on the candle wicks. See what the entirety of that move was from low to high, right? That's what we're interested in. That low to the high is what we, essentially the capturable gain throughout the day. 2.8%. Nice. Nicely done. I'm looking at the specific daily now. We flip to the 4 hourly to the hourly. What I've done is I've gone to the candle wicks, just so that you know that I've gone to the candle wicks to see preceding zone, essentially that hitch in, right? That hit along, that curl along resistance, carried down in line with this specific hit along resistance. We have an ascending therein, constricting in a symmetrical formation. We have an ascending line of support. So we are ready for the market to continue to look at, trade, and assess their involvement in the symmetrical triangulation, which is R. Now, there's a little bit of variability. I'll state that there is some variability because we had this interesting moment right in here. This moment right in here. Let me just show this to you, demonstrate this. We do have a line, essentially this nice wick to the upside, where we do have a line with a bit more of a constriction to it that would indicate that there is a kind of a sub feature going on within the larger context, of this macro feature visible on the 1 hourly, visible on the 4 hourly. Okay, in terms of the daily is a little bit difficult to ascertain. But definitely on the 4 hourly and the 1 hour, I think we can categorize that clearly as a macro feature, right? From the 4 hourly, it's a relatively macro viewpoint. So shout out in the chats if you guys can. Would appreciate that. Let me know who is here. That will help me know who else I may need to notify about the stream. Let me go ahead and make sure that. And I appreciate you guys hitting that like button. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It takes a minute to register that, but let me make sure, for instance, let me put to Angel. We're live. Let me put that. And let me put to the VIP in the back. You guys probably already know. In terms of tonight, I figured it might be maybe an early stream, maybe a, let's see, just it may be a time you guys are spending with family, etc. I don't know. It's a weekend, and I think it's a good Friday. Awesome to good life in general, guys. And whether or not you're of this religion, that religion, etc., I just welcome you guys to the stream, period. And I hope you guys are having a good Friday. I say that every day anyway, so it's a period. I hope you guys are. In terms of this sub feature here that we would look at, the lines on the hourly, for instance, are indicating that we've broken out. You guys know this. This is where we get into the feature on Sheeb. You guys remember Sheeb? The live stream on Sheeb? Man, you could have traded on the lines and gotten hammered. You guys know that. You could have gotten absolutely hammered on the lines versus the actual candle wicks. Okay, shout out to all the new VIPs. Well, shout out to Amos, to Chris, to Craig, to Sean, to who else? We got a lot of them, guys. If I've missed you, I do apologize, but we've got I'll see you pop up on the pictures there. Vlad, how are you, my man? I hope everything's going great. Yeah, as always, Luke, what is up, my man? We're ready for a good weekend. So looking at this specific formation where we just have some conflicts between the actual time frames and the candle wicks, okay, between the lines on the time frames and the candle wicks. And it's interesting to see as I'm not wild about this falling wedge, descending wedge. I'm just not. But in terms of that top line function, a bit of a recoup into from the support to the resistance, constricting in a falling fashion. That preceding pattern on BTC on the hourly, we saw a falling wedge of sorts, and a recoup back up into that, over that level of resistance after a failure, and now we're just up along that crest of the I'd say that apex of that preceding, just the narrowed constriction of that support and resistance. That is the apex, right? As we were talking about it, that apex being that point right there. You see, so we're just really dragging along that specific or specified line of prior or the convergence of the line of support to resistance. So that's where we're at. And yes, formulating that as we've discussed, that specific symmetrical triangulation. So BTC, pardon me, and I don't know why I did pull up bit shares earlier on. I'm like, I don't want bit shares, I want Bitcoin. It's like without a doubt. Look at that Dogecoin to get back in the mix here. Dogecoin has popped out of the level of resistance. Very nice. If you guys are trading Dogecoin, way to go. I imagine Freddie, big time Freddie, my man, is trading Doge. Let's take a look at this. And a lot of VIP may be trading Doge Slim, without a doubt. Pathfinder, without a doubt. Our Slovenian connection, our Slovenian trader, Pathfinder. Hope you're doing well, my man. And looking at Doge at 0.48%, 0.49. Nice to see it pop that level of resistance. In terms of the complications with Doge, we'll talk about it real quickly. We have a descending wedge that the market is definitely taking note of, right? Descending wedge that we have popped up and out of, and we've been, we had the interesting, I'd say the interesting dynamic wherein, depending upon the time frame, we were breaking out into or through, and with a constricting, within a constriction. So to the extent that we can identify that as more of a parallel function, that would be great, right? More of a parallel channel from support to resistance, that would be nice. To the extent that we had broken out here within the dynamic of, let's just say that we were looking at something like this rising wedge, right? That bearish feature. So we've gone up and over that level of resistance, we've gone down, and we're heading back up. So bearish to the extent are rising wedges, to the extent that you guys understand it's not a complete reversal necessarily. It's just the probability that you would operate below this level of support, right? And it's defined as support because it provides support for the price, right? And the line of resistance is a level of resistance, bam, what the price cannot get, bam, up over. So the resistance, the support, rising in a constriction, right, to the upside. That's a rising wedge bearish, boom. Just expecting it let me say, it doesn't eliminate the fact that we could operate above this line of resistance. Bam, with some price action, it may be actually frequent to see that. And in the context, however, though, we would expect a capitulation below this line of support. So as we watch Doge continue to rebound well, we'll just say rebound well, because if you've been trading and trading well, you've done quite well. This was a nice trajectory to the upside for VIP. I'll just tell you that. I know VIP hit the absolute low. That's not a question, guys. The absolute low on Doge, period. The low, not within a cent, not within half a cent. The low, period. Bam. Our technique, my technique in terms of the 86 retracement. It's just not. It's not ordinary to just bam hit that target in the market, but it's ordinary for us. I'm excited. It's ordinary, just VIP targeting technique. I'm just going to say that. So congratulations, Pathfinder, our Slovenian connection. What is up? He's top shelf VIP. Exciting to have him in the group. Look at this prior level of support. Right, what's supporting the price line on the, say, the hourly or 77-minute? Right. Well, it's that specific line. We would like to regain this specific trend, I'd say operational price dynamic of the trend up and above that, up and above this line of support. Clearly, we want to traject back and up and gain that main trend dynamic in the form of that line of support. Right now, we risk, I'll just say this, we risk, and traders are going to be, some will take, some will try and push through, but the traders are looking at this prior support to potential resistance function. Right, that cross trend line dynamic, that support to a potential level of resistance. So we're constantly working within the dynamics of TA, wanting to bring as much advantage or as much, we say just as much of an advantage or opportunity to the traders. VIP definitely, and just in terms of spending time with the technicals, that's going to be the watching the market, watching the pricing behavior, okay, the dynamics at work, the patterns at work, learning what the opportunities are. We've just I was glad to spend some time with some of the new VIPs the other night and just let them know some of the tricks of the trade that we work on in terms of some of the pattern dynamics with wedges, with some other patterns. And it's just it's not intuitive. None of it's intuitive. You have to spend time with the price action. So exciting to see that we have that dynamic in play, that we're rocking and rolling like that in the back. Very nice, guys, and nice to see Doge just up and out a bit. If you guys hit that on leverage, etc., nice trade. You guys know, never be overexposed at any higher price or any trade. Just don't do it. It is not worth it, right? You want to keep trading. And you guys know we always talk about having heavy cash reserves. Heavy cash reserves. You'll only hear that here as we would talk about Doge. We'll go into the other coins here in just a second, but as we would remind everyone as you trade daily, what's this huge green box down here on everything? And I mean on everything, guys. It is literally going to be your heavy cash reserves. Bam. We want heavy cash reserves at all point in times, not involved in the price action above. It's just the bottom line. And if you can literally keep that within your framework, I'm thinking you're going to be ahead of half of the community. As you would look at Dogecoin upon retracement, guys, upon this level, you know, my word to the community, and I care about Doge community. I know a lot of people in it, right? Period. I do. We do. And in terms, a lot of them are VIP. Just reminding people that not to be overexposed in this level with your full capital position, but stacking that lower at lower levels. And right at that 86 was our lower level, and that's just nice, guys. That's nice. With some core acquisition below that, I'll state definitely with some core acquisition possibilities below the 86 is not a guaranteed low either. You guys know that. So looking at BTC down just a touch today, 40,508. It's nice. We can dig into the details on BTC. It looks like near on the 4 hourly. Was it the 4 hourly? Let me check out near. Great moving coin. Great project. We'd like the project. We'd like the coin. In terms of the specific 4 hourly, yes, we're on support. I would imagine that buyers are picking up at that level. A little bit of a differentiation as you get into the different time frames. So be aware of that. Go to the hourly to look at a different line of support where orders will be below on this specified pattern, this bull pennant, this move to the upside, symmetrical consolidation. You guys got that. The symmetrical consolidation and the potential for the move to the upside would be, let's just measure that out from the let's say from the point of breakout. From that point of breakout would be about a 35% move. So yeah, it's on the screen. It's here. We're going to be continuing to look at it, and I'll go ahead and set an alert on that top level to let VIP know in the back that we are breaking out of near. I would appreciate you guys setting your own alert as well in case lifting weights or eating with a friend or doing something like that. I do some of that stuff every day. I make sure I do that, and I trust you guys do too. We spend a lot of time in the back. You guys know that, and that's my first priority. But as I also just keep myself healthy, keep myself, a little bit plugged into social, etc. around me. It's VIP is the it's the deal. So period. I'm not going to hide that at all. VIP is the way to be. I got to tell you guys in terms of Basecamp, etc. There may be a limited time this year to upgrade to VIP. I want to make sure base campers take advantage of that torque. Got to say torque. No Torque is a great trader. We're really excited to have him back in the back. If you guys used to be VIP, I want to let you know it's time to bring it on back. You guys have incredible. What do we got here? Hey, y'all. Hey, Einstein's mom. How are you? I think I had invited you to join. And there's, what do we got here? Bam. Sean. How are you, Sean? First of all, I want to say Sean, VIP. And then Einstein's mom. I want to say hello. I hope you're doing well. And Einstein's mom, I think I had invited you to join our VIP. So it's nice to have you here. And to the extent that you would like to join our group, we'd like to have you as a part of our group so that you won't be kind of an outsider or a stranger. You've got a nice pup. It would fit in well with our community. And I usually extend those invitations, just so you know, Einstein's mom. We normally extend those invitations to someone who continues to chat because you're reaching out to us through the chat. So we extend that invitation like twice to let you decide if you want to be a part of our community. And if you want to move on, that's no problem. And as you'll understand it now, I do make sure that I reinforce that exclusivity for you if you join, for other people as well, so that you have that tight-knit group that is protected, by me, and that it is that exclusive feel that you want. So I think you showed up once already, and I'll just give you the this invitation again and spend time with you again and say, yes, you did. Okay, so just to make sure again that we would like you to join. It's time to join VIP. And I just say that to you with a big smile on my face. I'm excited about the fact that you are interested, and we just had a great stream last night. For instance, Angel was here. We were just full throttle talking about trades, technicals, talking about Doge, talking about Bitcoin, anything that was moving from Sheeb to tethered dominance to different projects that were out to trade strategy. And we really value, and I think that's one of the reasons I say this, we really value our community. That's one of the reasons that I think Angel has chosen to be here. That, in addition to a lot of hard work, I think he said I was the hardest working guy that he knows in crypto, etc. But it's just I love the markets, and so does he. Invested in Bitcoin at $7.79. So that's just the kind of as I look at Freddie on the screen now. Freddie's a very busy guy, works very hard to trade well and be here, as does Slim. A lot of these guys are it's not a silver spoon crowd. So we would welcome you, and I just invite you. This last time, if you'd like to join, because you're reaching out to us in the chat. So that's the exciting thing, is that you're kind of initiating that discussion. Sean just joined in the Sean's at the top of the list right now, and most guys are in the back, etc. But I just say that Sean, I think, is very happy with things so far, and maybe I would like to think it's above his expectations. Today we had some discussions about hedging, right? Hedging, how to engage more or less in a hedge strategy. If you were unsure of which direction the price might go. And not financial advice. This is all about crypto. It's not about equities. We're not doing portfolio management. We're just talking about some cool concepts and ways to book positive trades. That is our essentially our primary goal, booking positive trades. So if you are out there, whoever you are in general, and I say this open to the open community, we definitely reinforce booking positive trades. I booked, Sean, I don't know, what do you think, 4 or 5 positive trades on Bitcoin at 125x today. Okay, had one split on a hedge that I opened up with the knowledge that one would go against me. That was where I essentially got on both sides of the price action. Had 2 trades open, one purchase, one sell. So to the extent that you guys would like to join VIP, I appreciate you and Ari as well. And in terms of either one of you, just join VIP. Just if you guys want to be around and communicate with me and VIP, you guys need to join. All right, that's really easy to say. And if you can do that, we welcome you to do that. We're excited about you doing that. But it's one of those deals. We just want you to hit the button because we have technicals to go over. And if you guys want to trade, that's our group. You guys all know this in the audience. It's like, all right, we'll talk to them. We'll get through it. But if they just want to talk and they don't want to trade, we want to trade. We want to dig back into the technicals right now. So it's like if there was a magic button we could push just to communicate all that information with all the hospitality in the world, of course, but just to get it done because we like to trade. We want to get back to the technicals. We really like to focus on the group dynamics. And yeah, so Ari, I just invited you. So let's see, Ari, if you'd like to join VIP, please let us know by hitting that join button, and then you can be a part of the discussions in the exclusive zone. And I'll just say that, and not only in the chats, but you guys also know in the back. And I'll just I'll shout out and brag on a few people in the back here in terms of the chart work that goes on, in terms of the identification, the principles of TA. For instance, just Pathfinder in the house. Look at his chart, like beautiful chart work, just awesome. Way to go, Pathfinder. What is up, brother? Very important member of the VIP. Just an incredible technical analysis trader. Look at the Fibonacci's, everything. This is just awesome. It's a lot of value, and just I want to talk about No Torque. Nice ride. What's up, boss man? In terms of No Torque, consistently delivering, like, I remember No Torque bringing this specific framework up before the breakout on USDT.D, if I recall correctly. So just looking at the group, and there's Slim, my man, working construction. He's laughing. I'm laughing right now with you, but there's Slim Doginator. A great group. Looking at Steve. I just want to point out this, guys. Look at Steve's setup. Bam. Nice setup. Bam. So that's the group in the back, and that's just part of the VIP. Very small part of the VIP. So just want to shout out to you guys. And yeah, it's just, if you guys even respond to the invitation that I make. Otherwise, if you want to just continue to receive an invitation, I think VIP are going to get upset at you. So I got to just let you know you're invited, and if it's just to show up and with your ideas and everything else, it's not not necessarily an idea, a place for just your ideas. It's just not that. I appreciate that, but exclusive zone. So I'm going to remove the I'll say hello to you personally. It's reserved for VIP, guys. it's private chats. So I'm also going to remove Elaine's mom. I'm probably going to block you. I didn't receive anything, so I'm going to hide you on this channel. Einstein's mom. I really didn't receive anything back from Ari. I appreciate that, but I'm about to block you from the channel because it's either you want to be in the group and you want to enter this trade dynamic. That's good. Well, I'm not here to discuss whether or not you know anything about the market. You don't want to be VIP, so you get booted from the channel. So adios, Ari. Good luck to you, man. Go spread your own knowledge to a group that you want to be a part of. But I am kind of like the head of the VIP, putting together the community and making sure that it is the best community. We don't want to know just anything. We want to know everything we can about the market in terms of digging in with the technicals, etc. So let the door hit you on the way out, guy. In terms of, not to be rude, but I just don't have time to not focus on the technicals with people who want to distract, and that's exactly my frame of mind, guys. I don't care if I express myself very politely, and you see me do that, I'll spend so much time being polite to people. We won't cover the technicals. So the people who want to trade, they don't take it personally. They're like, no, we need to get back to trading. Other people want to slough around. It's just not it's not the VIP way to be. And it's Good Friday. It's a great Friday, but we're here to trade. We're here to go over the technicals, bottom line. So looking at the hourly, let's get back to pace right now. Let's see the difference in the shift between people who want to trade. Deal? Let's do that. Then let's judge whether or not I'm being overly nice or not nice enough, or however much that is. Let's talk about the technicals. Let's get into the hourly on BTC. Let's roll, right? In terms of the hourly on BTC, I feel like this is the best time frame to initiate the discussion right now. In terms of a parallel channel function, I would look under the trend line. Okay, under the trend line, I'd say list of indicators. I would choose the parallel function on your hourly chart if you're setting up your home trade station on this original hitch right in this area. I'd like you to hit and initiate your parallel trend draw up through the first two, bam, bam, levels of your trend channel. I'd like you then to drag down your trend channel to achieve a rough conformance along the bottom. Boom. Okay, we are a little bit off within a level of variability, but what I like on the hourly right now is that we have a nice solid conformance between I'd say a very solidly straight line, guys, between this trend line, between this hitch in right here on BTC on the hourly, again, to that secondary hitch to the third or the tertiary hit there. That's an important line that we've looked at in the VIP, and it's the best way to frame BTC right now. Is it a bear flag per se? Okay, it is and was an upward sloping channel. However, on the different time frames, I will alert VIP and anyone else who's really looking into the technicals that one thing I'm seeing right now in the market, I want to let you guys know this. Anytime I'm seeing this, I've noticed this, and I want you all to just keep an eye out for it. I don't think it's a dispositive technical setup yet, but it could be something to take advantage of. Let me go ahead and demonstrate this, the type of pattern I'm talking about. I move to the downside, and then I'm seeing, instead of a solid framework channel like this, what I'm starting to see is, along the way of formulating a bear flag, what I do see is there is some degree of overperformance here. Okay, there's some degree of a variance in line with that is inviting us to do not just this, but do this. Okay, and it's like as soon as we do this, and on the micro and the macro, this is on the hourly right now that we're talking about it, a channel formation that's continued. We've been discussing channel formations within pattern dynamics. You guys know that, to construct the interior of patterns. We've been discussing that continually. So one of the things I'm seeing is in line with the technicals at the lower time frames. I'm talking the very low time frames where we spend time to learn about the pattern dynamics, to learn about what the market is doing currently. I'll say this, in line with this level of resistance here, I'm seeing that when this is pushed up a bit, when this is raised this pattern resistance on the different time frames, and there's some variability that it's wanting to carry, not just on this specific hourly chart. I'm seeing it on the lower time frame. So I wanted to bring that to your attention when you're seeing this. And now let's look here. On the hourly, it's not as evident. We could go through and shift into just a touch on this hourly, right, and accommodate that specific, I'd say, technical, to where we do achieve. Okay, we do achieve this flat line is we do achieve an overperformance in this level. Going through the different time frames, you'll start to see what I'm talking about. Like in here, you'll definitely start to see on this differentiated time frame here, that we're just once we're in it's all the way along, guys. It's not just on the larger time frame, etc. Once we've gotten up and over, it's like we're just wanting to challenge the whole notion of a bear flag channel. Then it's like we're continuing to go. So pay attention on the lower time frames. If you guys are trading on leverage, etc., this was the indication on the 30-minute. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. You'll see exactly what I'm saying. Do you see this initial overplay at this level? The resistance, and bam, we pushed. Buyers pushing up and above at this level. You guys see that? So down to the 30 minutes. I could explore the lower time frames. I won't spend our time doing that, but down through the 30-minute time frame, you'll see that's a crucial element in play right now. Let's see if Doge is taking off too much more. Looks like it's holding kind of steady. In terms of that hourly, let's go back to the hourly charts. And I hope you guys are all doing well, all the VIP, etc. When I have to kind of get rid of somebody, don't worry about it, guys. It's just part of the deal. Be back in a bit. Okay, Sean, appreciate that. Thanks for, I got to say, thank you for letting us know. Should we wait? I'm just going to put that for everybody else. Enjoyment, humor. Should we wait? You let me know. If you got to go somewhere, you let us know. Should we wait? Maybe VIP needs to shut down. And I don't know. You tell us if it's crucial. It's going to be a long time. What do you need? If you need something else in the back from the stream, we're not going to take notes for you. But just in terms of this, we're just going to have some fun with you, Sean. It's not a big deal. We're just messing with you. In terms of this upward sloping channel, I brought this dynamic to the VIP. We were talking the entirety of the time about buying on support. I was like, just look at this. How many levels in terms of the midline threshold? Multiple 125Xs hit in along this level. And why is that important, guys? Because we have a top line threshold. We have a middle line. We have a lower threshold as well. The hits along this middle level have been huge, guys. How many? And I asked them to start to count. How many 125 X's could you hit here? And we're just pushing the limit on some leverage. We're having fun in the back. We're trading. I'm trading. They're trading. Everybody's trading. But I'm like, how many hits could you have here on this line of resistance, or this line of support? Pardon me. Resistance here. A few indications. Resistance here. So let's call it a cross trend line. Line of resistance here. Bam. Can't get up above, right? Within this level. Rough generalized level of resistance. Resistance here, right? Generalized resistance to bam support, right? To bam support. There we go. To resistance to bam support. A little bit of walking the line to bam support to resistance, right? So to support, boom, to resistance to bam support. Guys, this is a trading dream. It's just fantastic. So while we're talking about leverage, the details in terms of buy and support. Right? This is a middle line function. You guys know how many trades you could book in the last 24 hours on a level of support. Quite a few, guys. In the last day and 8 hours, it's opportunity. Plenty of opportunity to book trade. You guys know that in terms of that. Book your trades, right? A little bit of overperformance level. If we carry that line over, the parallel channel over from the hourly, hugely important. And hugely important. And that's just a big deal. People who come in and start talking, honestly, I may just hide them from the channel because I don't think they ever join. Honestly, guys, I think about it. I spend time. There's some attention seekers or something. They don't ever join. I'm thinking about two dudes who showed up this last week and told me they were X, Y, and Z, tough dudes. They just want to chit chat. They want some sort of attention grab. They didn't join. This other guy wants to come in last week. I'm not sure who he was. He didn't want to join. These people show up today. They don't want to join. The people who want to join, they just hit the button, and that's it. They know they belong in this place. It's such a distraction. We may just start, if they just show up and say anything, I just show up and inform them. It's just kindly inform everybody. It's an exclusive chat, and that's the bottom line. That way, I'm keeping a positive tone, and I'm also reinforcing the exclusivity of the VIP. I really like that approach, and I think this is a good solution. So I will work on implementing that and not trying to. I don't need to sell the group to anybody. They can join if they see it and they like to trade. They're going to join. It's like don't need to sell a horse saddle to a guy that's got a mutt. Sorry, got a dog. It's like I'm sitting here with a horse saddle and equestrian, all this great stuff. And we have beautiful barn facilities, everything. It's like, and he's got a dog. It's like he's not even in the horse market. So which from now on, maybe I'll try and work on that dynamic. Anyway, middle line expression from that hourly, just to try and work these details out. Maybe you give YouTube a heads up. I'm not trying to be mean. It's frustrating we can't focus on the technicals. I don't like the distraction, and I don't mind being personal to people and being kind and courteous, etc. But the numbers on these people are just pitiful. I'm not talking about base cap, but no one wants to join. They want an attention grab. That's not, they see a big channel with some big cats and everything else. Like, is there time in the sun? They go somewhere else for that. That's not here. So this line from parallel channel from these lines, parallel channel from the hourly brought back. I really want you guys to focus on that because it has just a nice line expression. This line of support. It's like, can we get back to it for another trade? That's the bottom line. And we did catch this specific move here. I want to talk about it. It was a nice move, you guys know, and we'll go to the different time frames on it. But we caught this. I'd say one of the primary moves to the upside. This move, bam, to the upside here. We caught that in the back. I don't think there was much we missed. I maybe took a few hours off for the gym and maybe a quick meal, right? Then we also caught this specified rising wedge. I told VIP in this zone up and above this to essentially I was being very cautious in terms of an entry. I think I shorted this. I went through my longs and shorts today. There's quite a few of them, guys. Multiple 125x in this zone. Short here, 125x here. Didn't capture the entirety of it. Tried to make the trading accommodate my schedule today just a bit. And that's what I like about leverage. I don't have to hit the entirety of the trade. I just don't. I can slam into it. I can get out of it. And that's it. I don't have to sit and wait for the hour or two. If I'm pulling in the driveway, if I'm pulling into the gym, I'm up 15%, maybe 20%, maybe, I don't care, whatever it is, 8 to 15% comfortable towards the 15% side. Period. I book it. I'm going to go work out. I want to go work out. Spending less time with the market is a good thing. Now, I understand leverage. I understand the risk consideration. That's a risky endeavor. If we're plugged in, if I'm plugged in like right now at my computer desktop, in terms of fully focused, etc., maybe a completely different story in terms of it may be a move that I've waited for. Let's say we've waited for, let's say on Bitcoin, along the 50% retracement. We were waiting for 3 months to get down there. Maybe a lot of heavier capital to flow in on accumulation basis at our target, which was the low on the 4 hourly, right? So from the top to the bottom, we had the lowest price after 75 days, 2.5 months essentially, right? So looking at 2.5 months and scheduling in some heavy orders and respecting that on behalf of VIP and everybody else who's trading. It's like we're not just flipping, quick trades. That's a heavier entry for the market. There's institutional concerns that we would be potentially playing along with there in terms of heavy capital influx into BTC. That 23.6, that 38.2. That 38.2 that got hit, bam, on that wick. You guys remember that? With orders waiting, people got rewarded. We've played those Fibonacci since the top, right? Called the double top up in this area. Then it was China and Greenland, right? China and Iceland. China restriction, Iceland restriction, energy to miners, etc. Then it was Russia potentially saying, no, we don't want, you guys know that. We do not want we may not allow cryptocurrency, right? Bam. In this area, we had the war event here. But you guys will remember, if you haven't watched back into our videos, guys, I don't even think you know that we called this, bam. You guys know we called that? You guys know I brought up literally a document from the Library of Congress, an issuance in terms of something from the Library of Congress in terms of an authority that this was going to drop, bam. And everyone's like, whoa, yeah. So that was a big deal in terms of the threshold breakout trade potential at this level. Just to rewind, guys, just to remind everybody, then the ones who've been watching, no, this is all true in terms of this play. Now, first of all, that was a decent wedge play to the upside. That was the first real micro. If you guys remember, the first real micro bull flag that played well was right in here. This was the first 1, 2, 3 for an attempted 5 that we had at all. This flat level top. Remember, we were talking about the consideration to go long, the amount of time that would need to be spent up and above to set the candle, etc. We didn't get to that threshold, right? We counted this as a level of resistance, if you guys remember. Bam, right? Yeah, simple stuff. Simple stuff. So in terms of that, it did not engage as well. We talked about even on this heavy pour down. If you guys recall, just to reframe the technicals, let's talk about it. This specific line in here, do you guys remember? This specific line in here that we were talking about in this level, me telling you guys, if you trade a lot with emphasis, if you trade a lot, this line is not one that wants to hold, right? Boom. So we can literally, in terms of retracing to the majority of this price action, and I'll have to remind this specific, I'd be surprised if Torque doesn't know on this specific level. What was this level? Was it the zigzag was the 30-minute a few days ago. Irrespective, looking at, I know we caught every major downward move. I'm going to look back at this through our videos, etc., just to challenge myself unless we were just squarely focused. This was 38.2, right? Yes, it was. This was the 38.2 orders below, right? I think we were at orders below because the 38.2 got hit on this level here, 38.2, and we did follow through to that to the 50% and there beyond. So I'll look at this specific level here. I will do that as part of my homework to see what's going on. What did we do in this level? I know we have old tape on it, so I'll look at it. But yeah, bam, 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 right? That's the idea of this, right? Is to catch these moves to the extent that we're wanting a directional move each and every time. I had a discussion last night as we're looking at the symmetrical, guys, looking at the symmetrical on Bitcoin. Important dynamic at play as we fill out this channel framework to establish this symmetrical triangulation. What I would say is this is not in and of itself this move to the upside beating. We've already discussed that beating. And hit the like button if you guys are just here. Let me know you're not a robot. I would appreciate that. Not sure robots are human beings, so it helps me on my diagnostics as I look back at who's able to tune in and when that you're not a robot. That helps me, letting me know, okay, people were able to see it now. It's at least a convenient time for you, or maybe later at night because we stream at night as well. So I use those diagnostics. That's the bottom line. I ask you to cooperate with those just so that I can, bring at least the information that you might find relevant, pardon me, at a relevant time for you, etc. So in terms of resistance support, we're looking for a feature to break out of this, obviously the zone, this carry up feature we've discussed. We have discussed this copiously. I'd say extensively over the preceding week to 2 weeks. You guys know this in terms of the channel line function of the intrinsic or the interior components of a specific pattern formation. Right, the channel function within a pattern formation. We've drawn this out in almost every pattern that we've had. You guys know this. So when we've seen this, it's been nice to be reminded of that as we've marched up along the way here. To the extent that you've decided to trade this at all, to the extent that you were able to book some trades today. Congratulations, guys. Very excited about that. I do have the L Bank link on top. I want you guys to look into that L Bank link if you're not already trading. It's just they've got smooth futures, guys. You're going to like it. They got a market order button. They've got anywhere from, you can do 5x. The equivalent, like you're gonna trade on like a 5x, a 5L coin, right? I just get 5 times your returns. Maybe go real lightly if you want to. We had a discussion today, like maybe go super lightly, right? And that would be potentially in what do I say? As we look at the entirety of the chart, that might be outside of the realm of the major heavy hits. Like if you're working on your trading, the major heavy hit you might have put in at that golden pocket at the 50% discount, right? That may be a completely separate trade. That may be kind of like part of your alpha position. Like you got in at that 50% retracement. You waited for a while. You might be waiting for the golden pocket below for even a heavier amount of capital allocation of what you may have, I'd say, at the lower levels, right? In terms of your heavy cash reserve position, as you scope out your strategy in crypto, you may have that green just loaded up for the lower levels in the instance that you're ever able to get down there, right? Just loaded up with green at the bottom. That's a VIP way to be, guys. That's our top level membership, and you guys know that. Just bam, solid framework of green below, to the extent that you can ever get the cyclical price action to get down into it to bring you back up would be the idea. So getting down into the 50%, all to say, may not be a fast trade situation. It may be just a level of what I would say of your accumulation, something that long term you would want to have to bring into the scope of your portfolio, right? In terms of your holdings, you may have something along the lines of this at the 50%. You may have something along the lines of, if those were cash position equivalents, you may have something like this at the golden pocket, right? You may want to stack that kind of in line with that, right? To provide yourself the range dynamic and the cyclical dynamic, as we would look at this of something that's known and expressed in terms of its ability to cycle. Granted, time may not be on your side. If it decided to cycle through again, what would be on your side is a lower cost basis, right? A lower cost per coin, right? With more cash at that level, more coins. So more coins at a lower price. Now, for individuals who tell you they know where the price is going, if they know what the Federal Reserve is going to do next week, that's awesome, man. That is so cool. That's because I know a lot of people, you guys do too, and not many people do. Maybe some do, and for the ones who do and probably tell or act on it, it's probably illegal. So what I'll say is there are some unknowns in the market right now. They're talking about stagflation, arguing about inflation. Those are some complicated economic issues, right? And we could disagree about it. We could get it, like they say in the back, hopium. Hopium is hopium. But what we'll say is we focus on the technicals, on TA, and we're very solidly framed around the easy answer is not always the right answer. Is it going up or down? Well, if you're wrong half the time, what are you going to do? How about you prepare for both contingencies all the time? Just curious. Now, that takes effort. It takes work. I talked about this last night. It takes effort. People who may be a bit, I don't want to say, first of all, technical analysis is going to give you the best approach to understanding the future direction of the price action, period. We believe that. We study that. We apply that, period, right? There's no excuse for not knowing your TA. What are the probabilities on this, right? What's the market thinking on this? Some of the patterns are so clear, but when we're in a point of indecision, right, as we look at that, even kind of deciding at this level, like, Doge just broke out. Okay, great. It broke out of what did it break out of? A descending wedge. So great. So what's going on with Doge right now? Right? Is it going up? That's what people want to know. Is it going up? Well, that's the wrong question. And people who trade a lot know that. They're going to say, well, the best question is, what's the next pattern? Okay, it's up and it's out. What's the next pattern? Period. Bam. That's it. Flat top. Buyers need to step in at this level, and we have a potential ascending triangle. Okay, great. You guys know how to trade them. VIP know how to trade them. What's the complication? Well, on the 5-minute as opposed to the 1-minute, we have a different level of an ascending triangle. So, quote unquote, is it going to go up? A lot of people don't want to do the homework. They don't want to do. They only want the easy answer. They'll spend 3 hours watching TA to find the answer that they want, quote unquote TA, to watch and get an accommodating opinion from a channel that however many people want to watch, all the masses or multitudes want to watch, and they're going to think they're going to win with everybody else in the market. Rarely happens, guys. It rarely happens. A lot of times when the masses do make the money, the masses do lose the money. Right? It's one of the phenomena that the majority of the market is not built to win. It's just not, guys. It's not a constructed, it's not a construct wherein the majority and the masses are intended to just run away extraordinary millionaires. That's not the idea. So trading requires discipline. It requires a full focused, I'd say, attention and what we say, consistency and discipline, understanding the fallout procedure, understanding the backup, right? Understanding the complications and appreciating them. Once you get good enough at trading, the good thing is, I'm going to tell you guys this, and I know a lot of people that are great at trading, guys. I just do. Period. I know a lot of people that are just incredible at it. Period. So I'm going to tell you one thing really cool. Once you are good at trading, once you develop your skills, if you can get to the point, like some people that I know personally and have for a long time, I'm going to tell you guys, you'll get to the point you don't care if you miss the breakout. That's fine. You just missed a breakout. I went 20%. Well, darn it. What are you going to do now? Well, you're going to either wait for another pattern, you're going to relax, you're going to trade the next pattern on the next coin, maybe on Bitcoin, but you'll be able to make up for that fact that you didn't trade that pattern with another trade that you decide to book on leverage. It's a part of the game. I explained this last night as well. And today I'm going to add to that fact, in addition to that leverage, this long-term approach. Okay, this long-term approach in terms of addressing a cyclical, right, that you would look at like Bitcoin. But as we've been sideways for 400 days, I want to let you guys know, even the ones with the long-range 400-day plan here, 458 days plus 465 days that we've been sideways technically from this specific point here, even they are kind of like, well, I might want to trade some of these. I might get this up here next time. And once it has grown from, let's say, at this level, I implemented some capital about this level here. Once they get it up to this level this time, they may think twice about it, right? So it's been a long-term accumulation strategy. I had a lot of discussions with people, guys. I want to let you guys know. And part of those discussions, individuals, involved in crypto to the tune of about $500 million, right? $500 million in this level in here. They wanted to go long. They had to go long. That was it. Okay, quote unquote, for me, well, you need to be prepared to put in at least, and I said 5 to 10 times what you're putting in at lower levels. They just thought I was nuts. They thought it was literally, and these are big time cats, guys. Whale cash is central. Seriously, guys. So looking at that, even those individuals who's, and unfortunately for some of them, they stuck this in up here, and now they're holding this here. Okay, so you have to work within that dynamic as well if you've been smart enough to work into the framework of, let's say an accumulation at this level here, right? That worked into a capital position, something around along the lines of that. Trading is what we prefer, but we do appreciate the long-term aspect as well as maybe an inclination for, I'd say maybe a change in that long-term. To the extent that you feel that's appropriate, guys. That's your decision in terms of long-term holding, etc. But definitely wanted to take advantage of that, of the cycle, of the range of the price over time. Heavier cash at lower levels accommodates that extremely well. Never overexposed at a higher price. So I'm going to bring this, just front and center to all of you today to say, yes, we have the dynamic of the leveraged trades. Yes, we're enjoying that. We're having a blast with it. But they're also, we're going to incorporate this foundational principle of VIP, etc. That in line with the positions that you're taking now, with this long-term strategy of taking advantage of the cyclical nature of Bitcoin and your other coins, that we want to grab absolutely more coins in the lower levels and distribute at the higher levels, essentially, right? That's our goal. But therein with as well, while you're waiting for this 400-day or this 4-year process to unwind, well, it was 4 days, 400 days, or 4 years, right? 40 years, who knows? While you're waiting for that to occur, and essentially it will be 40 years at some point. You guys know that. I firmly believe in the permanence of the market, but we would have multiple opportunities at lower levels to allow you to trade. You like the market, you like to trade. Bottom line, the purpose here of this discussion is one central point here, is to not engage in heavy leverage trading with this below. You don't do that. You do not do that. You do not take that heavy cash reserve and bam, start throwing into with heavy leverage trades, guys. You don't do that. That's just not. That's not going to work. It's a no-go. Absolutely, it's a no-go. Okay, in terms of that, that's not the notion here. You work with a smaller amount in addition to supplement. I say to supplement your trade game. One's long-term cyclical on whichever coin you're on. It may be you guys may be on, who knows, from VeChain to Dogecoin to whatever it may be. But you see on Dogecoin, the whole thing sounds kind of boring with Bitcoin. Right? It was like, I trade altcoins. Okay. Well, so do 50 other million people, right? I've heard that figure in terms of, and I've researched it in terms of the overall number of crypto traders. But look at Doge. It's a long-term play right now for a lot of people that want to see this this take off. You guys know? So it turns into, before you know it, these. And I say two things make sense. One is stacking that green below, right, on your altcoins. The second is being able to trade at those lower levels and having an enjoyable time. I want to shout out to Freddie. And Freddie, I know, has been enjoying some leverage, enjoying some multiples of his returns in the market. And I just bring up Pathfinder. Pathfinder hit the low in the market, VIP, with my target. Hey, what's up? I have to say, huh? That's my level. Boom, nice hit, with levels below as well. So to the extent that the guy his technical analytics, he might have just found the target on his own at some point. I honestly believe that he's brilliant enough in terms of his technicals. He probably would have. I was glad to bring it to his attention in VIP during the entirety of the drop here, right? The heavier level down, right, in terms of that resource capital. And the important thing is this, as if he is proof that Pathfinder is proof, VIP are proof that you could beat this market. Right. I know that he also took this position. He took it, boom, up in this area after the bull flag here. So I know that with reaccumulation down towards, it's just it's proof that you can beat the market. So when you hear people like CZ of Binance, and no disrespect whatsoever, hope Binance, everybody's doing great. Hope you guys are getting to where you're licensed in all the states. We would love you to be in licensed and able to operate in every single state in the U.S. That's a goal. I think it should be a goal, hopefully, for Binance. So we just bring that up because CZ will tell people just to hold, just hold. Well, just hold. Okay, that's one thing you can do. We prefer to trade a bit. Okay, whether it's that long-term cyclical again, right, in terms of accumulation, heavier accumulation at the lower levels, and there were trades during this time period at the different levels. You guys know that we traded a lot of this live period to the upside, but two frame. Uh, two buckets, kind of like a two bucket approach in terms of as you would look at your trading and then your long term, right? To the extent that involves some complicated portfolio theory, I don't think it does. I think it just makes sense. You guys may want to have some kind of a rainy day bucket, right? That rainy day bucket would be, maybe it's some holdings from really low, really down below, right? You got your rainy day bucket, like just really, your backup reserve. You're kind of like the ranch bucket, right? That's what nobody's gonna mess with that heavy reserve capital. That's kind of the idea. And then you have your other portion to trade with. That's what we enjoy daily, right? It keeps us involved in the market. And believe it or not, guys, the cool thing about it, and we'll look at Bitcoin is fine. The cool thing about that, when you're trading daily, you're reminding yourself about these heavy reserves, boom, at lower levels, just period, right? 38.2 got hit, boom, with people who had orders waiting at that level. You guys know that. People who had orders, boom, waiting at that level got rewarded. You guys know that. So in terms of that, staying plugged into the technicals, where is price? Where are the technical analytics? How does this fit within the framework of currently where we are now with your overall investment strategy, with your overall approach? And you guys tell me. That's it. That's the next thing. You guys tell me. But this makes sense, right? To have your bedrock approach. Let's call it the bedrock approach. And in terms of taking advantage of whether or not it be on the altcoins or on Bitcoin, you have your bedrock. Then you have your it's like show and go, right? It's time to day trade. It's time to get into this the price action, understand where we are currently. Right, so I think I like that distinction in terms of kind of the bedrock, and then kind of we don't have to call it just the day trade, the show and go, the time to move, time to book trades today, right, or day trades. So, and you guys, I think that term will make a lot of sense to you once you get more further developed into leverage. I'm just going to tell you guys because it's going to be the notion of a day trader. Do you guys know what a day trader is? A day trader typically is someone who opens a trade in the day, right, and then closes their trades from that day, okay, at the end of the day. That's the notion of a day trader. That's why they call it a day trader. Boom, you're in, bam, you're out, right? You capture price, bam, all right? You may adjust, or you may decide, let me say this today, you may decide, I didn't like the channel, I decided not to trade the centralized line of support, right? I decided not to pick up on that, okay? So to the extent that is, your decision, maybe you're more, you're going to decide your own threshold. You're going to decide what parameters make sense for you. You're going to develop your own character in terms of your day trades. But that is the essential notion. I understand that Bitcoin never closes. I know that crypto never closes. I get that. I'm all over that. That is you're preaching in the choir here, guys. You can trade all day. You can trade all night. But you don't have to sit there and stay up all night with the notion that you are grueling through a 5-day trade or a 3-week trade or the heavy perspiration and the heart pounding and the sweating and whatever it may be, right? With the worry and the no time away, no time to sleep, no time to. You don't have to. You can day trade. That is the idea for you to develop the skills, guys. Develop the skills to where you can trade, bam, in, out, and you make yourself a profit. You're well structured enough to where you can execute and profit on a trade quickly at a time and place of your own choosing, optimally, right? In terms of what I would say, in terms of the framework of the technicals, that's going to get you there, right? Your practice with the technology, your functional, let's say your computer, your exchange, etc., from the software to the hardware that you're interacting with, and the skills that you choose to develop and bring to that game are going to facilitate that and enable that or not. They're going to create that possibility of you sitting down and booking a trade right now in the next 30 minutes or an hour, period, and that being your trade for the day or not. And there are guys who can sit down, I know this for a fact, who can sit down and book a trade in the next hour. Okay, there are guys who can. If you guys are here to join VIP, I want to welcome you. This is a private group that we have, and we would welcome any of the newcomers to look at membership immediately with VIP. I want to shout out to all the guys in the back. Shout out to everyone who's joined. We had over 100 members the first month. Since then, we have cleaned up. We do not want transients. We want solid people who want to trade and beat this market. Shout out to Sean, my man. What's up, Sean? Sean, a newcomer as of recently. Want to shout out also to hey, Amos, my man. What's going on, Amos? I see good things for you. Also for Frankie, my man. What's up, Frankie? Frankie got some dedication. I think he's got some big plans for 2022, without a doubt. We also have Craig, my man. What's up? Blessing to the family. Hope everything's good. And one more guy I got to point out real quickly is fresh on the cusp is Chris. Big man, what's up? Beautiful picture. I hope that everything is going well. Just some recent names into the VIP. Guys who want to beat the market. That's the bottom line. And in the back, we have the charts going on. We have all types of signals discussions giving the best framework we can in terms of an advantage to those participating in the market. Okay, so that's our goal, is to create the best environment possible. I want to reframe that and reinforce that to the VIP now. And if you're here on those, essentially on that basis, we welcome you. We welcome you to our group. Now, looking at the technicals, we can dig into the technicals a bit more, but that's the idea, guys, that you could literally just go ahead and schedule in, and you want to book a trade, that doesn't take you maybe 400 hours. The trade was 400 hours, right? And the trade took you away from your Sunday brunch. The trade took you away from your meeting that you had with your buddies, from poker night, from who knows, guys, whatever that dynamic is, or took you away from other opportunities you might have had, even other opportunities you might have had. So we don't want the market to drag on us. We want to beat the market. Part of that is learning how to be efficient enough. And if you love the market, it's hard to stay away from it generally. But part of that is learning how to operate in the market to your advantage, so that the time factor does not what we say, this does not constrict you, does not in any way affect you negatively that it doesn't want to. Can you imagine that? That's my goal for you in 2022. Okay, and I've seen people operate at that level. Angel, shout out. You've seen Angel and I have seen each other operate at that level. No problem. Bam. That's it. Okay, just capture the price action. That's the in, that's the out, and book your trade. So that's what we focus on here, okay? And I just want you to know, as we're building in 2022, that's my goal for you guys. That's it. In addition, I'm going to say, in addition to developing that skill set, I'm fully cognizant of this bedrock principle. You guys see that? The green on the screen at the lower levels, the heavy accumulation at the lower levels, the long-term approach, right, in terms of that, while you're developing this skill set. But being plugged into the technicals on these lower time frames and executing these trades on a daily basis on these lower time frames is going to give you so much more insight, guys. You are going to have seen 1,000 of these patterns play out on the, let's say on the macro. You're going to have seen 1,000 of them play out because you're at the lower time frames, right? The market's going to, demonstrate to you what it is doing with you on the macro in the micro a lot of the times. It's just, at some point, it becomes almost, as you would look at it, I mean, statistically, as you would talk about it, or theoretically, definitely possible that you would never go through like a chart that looks like this, or maybe 100 of them that look like this, moves to the upside with a, slightly ascending. How many times have you seen this type of a move in the last, week at a lower time frame? If you've been at the lower time frames, you've seen it. If you haven't, you haven't. You don't have maybe an idea as to how they could work out. When you gain that information at lower time frames, it's kind of information you like to keep. It's kind of like that's our reward for spending that time at the lower time frame. It's a good thing. So we have some good techniques and approaches for the micro already that we shared the other night. Just a few things the other night in terms of some wedge plays, some different things that I think you'll find extremely valuable on these, I say on the lower time frames, guys. So I'm looking forward to, or on the larger time frames, pardon me. So the lower time frames, plugging into those the dynamics on the higher time frames. So looking at one thing we're always searching for, right, is a flat top. Without a doubt, we're searching for a flat top. A little bit of an angle here on the 5-minute, just a touch. We've run into a few of these recently. You guys know this. A few of these where we're just kind of angled down here on the top level of resistance. Not ideal. We want the flat top. I mean, we want it bad, guys. We want it exactly flat as well. So we search time frames always. as we see this, let's say the 1 minute from the 5 minute, right? We're seeing just a real lack of distinction here at that higher level. We're inclined to pull this down. This was the specific breakout that we indicated the lower at the at the lower time frame. Yeah, here the 1 minute on BTC. And I'd like to know who in the back decided to trade this. As we're talking about buy on support, easy stuff, right? Bam, 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 bam. Nicely done, right? We had an ascending wedge, a bearish feature on the breakout of this. And yeah, I booked a short up from here. I'm not worried about it at all. I booked my trades for the day. I'm fine. I can still trade now if I'd like to, but I was pulling the driveway. We had just popped up and out of here, just so you guys know. What I did 125x, what it was interesting move was in terms of this consolidation constriction of the triangulation and looking for an upside amplitude move. Bam. You guys know that. We covered this in the back today for VIP. If you guys are interested in joining, you guys need to join. Looking at that specific, like now, you get it done. We look forward to having you. Without a doubt, we welcome you. In terms of, you have to be able to beat, you have to want to beat the market. That's it. If you don't have the trade skills right now, just know that you can develop them. And we're not off the chain, I'd say leverage traders, but we like to book trades. We like to be aggressive. And when the skill set matches, okay, if it does or it can, if it can, we'd like you to participate in that. If you could make more money at a reasonable level of risk that's accommodating to your level, your skill set level, right? As that develops for you to develop in the space as well, in terms of your ability to capitalize on the trades, then yeah, that's what we want for you. We want you to make more money in less time every time. That's our goal, right? More money in less time every time. If you can pull that off, then you're beating the market. Then you're alpha, right? That alpha, not that you are an alpha dog, something like that, guys. Not colloquial. Alpha is the percentage by which you beat the market. That percentage by which you beat the market. That's my goal for you, that you make more money in less time in the market every time, period. So that's the 2022 kind of mantra in terms of what we're trying to get through and what we're trying to build in the traders here. That's just it. And we don't mince words. We're not putting up billboards trying to get everybody to sign up on our link and trade. We're not doing that, guys. We're trying to build a real solid group of people who want to really hammer through the market and really just bring home the bacon, right? Just in terms of the period, right? Make some noise in terms of, I'd say, or make some memories as we talk about that. I appreciate that shout out last night, Angel. We can make all the money in the world, but it's the memories we make. I appreciate that, Angel, because it's personal, and that means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to you. We build a lot of good memories. Some big days have been had, right? Some big days have been had. So been a great group, and it continues to be a great group, and it continues to get better. And we're excited to have you guys here. Sounds like just a perfect sales pitch, doesn't it? And the fortunate thing is, it's all true. Bam. Period. It is all true in terms of that. We focus on that. We build that. That's why Angel's here. That's why you guys are here. That's why that's why people join. That's why we have a good time. And just give it time, guys. Don't give it a month. Well, maybe a month. Stick around for a minute. See what happens in 6 months. Just see what happens. See what you start to understand in 6 months. Like, oh, well, at first I thought, how could I make more money, in less time every time? Well, just imagine. The people do that every day in the market, right? And every time is someone perfect in the market? Maybe not. What if you could get 75% of the time? What if you could get 80% of the time? Huh? What if you could get it to where you never had a down month? Something phenomenal like that. Just expand your possibilities, because those guys are out there. Okay? They're out there. Some of those guys are here. Some of those guys are doing well. Shout out to the guys doing well. I'm going to say that bottom line without mentioning names. Period. We know who has done well in this group. Shout out to Josh Champ at the bottom, $1 Million Champion. Looking at this line of support here, it worked as a fallback feature for this rising wedge. You can see this rising wedge, the breakout in this zone in terms of BTC. And there we go. That rising wedge feature, yeah, I just decided once we were up and over, I just let the VIP know in the back. My rule is like, I just, pulling in the drive, etc. But I was, I closed my short, but I was just, I don't like to operate on a flag or a pennant, anything up and above a level of resistance on a rising wedge. You guys hear me say that quite frequently, but you see why. a level of above a level of resistance on a rising wedge. It's a rising level of support, and a constricting therewith a rising level of resistance, right? Up and above that specific zone in a bull pennant. We formulated a nice hit up. We caught that in the back clearly. This specific pennant formation, yeah, I did. I booked a small short, 125x. I don't have to book a big short. I don't have to, stress over it like the next 3 hours, 4 hours, 5, however long it would be. Like literally, I don't have to spend the next hour waiting for it to get to its bottom. I just, we hit the move on the way up. I didn't even catch to an extent. Okay, bam. I want to catch some of it on the way down. That's my personal preference, right? Everyone will develop their own trade strategy, their own method in terms of approach to the game, right? And maybe it's still spot. Maybe your approach is going to be spot. That's it. You don't want any risk. You're going to go and learn the bedrock principle, which we focus on a lot, that bedrock accumulation at the lower levels. Maybe that's what you want. You want that bottom line target. You want to stay focused with the right group? Cool. You want that bedrock approach, and you want the bedrock approach to kind of follow you up with the price line to accumulate more at a lower cost basis. And you want to make sure you get the right targets. That's fine. That's beautiful. That's great. I'd like to see traders develop, right? But this low target on the 4 hourly, that's us. That's me, right? So looking at the framework of this level of support now, let's go to the daily. Let's dig back into this. And I do mean that, guys. It's not a if you've got something to add in the back, we need to hear it. You guys know that. We need to see it. We need to see what you're up to. And it's not a these guys think they're just awesome. They just, nothing, they've never done anything wrong. You haven't watched enough streams. If you believe that, you have not watched enough streams. I'll tell you that, okay? In terms of that, we a lot of times I say we're no choir boys. Not in the market either. In terms of performance or perfection of trades, who hasn't bought something too high? Who hasn't bought something too high? I did live here with, was it, 6 figures, etc. But, here, looking for a breakout to this side. Bam, bam. I reviewed that the other day. It's like, it cost a touch. Very, very light amount, essentially break even. But, yeah, I mean, who hasn't done that? A lot of people have done that. If you haven't traded a difficult coin, a new pattern, some patterns are renownedly difficult to trade. It'll literally tell you, difficult to trade, right? So let's dig into this on the 30-minute time frame. Let's see if we are expressing a pennant formation, and to the extent that we may be approaching the target or have exceeded the target, let's get in line with this. Let's look at this target formation to the upside. If indeed, and let's clean all this up, let's get something you guys can look at in terms of a target formation. We'll pull up the MACD on the bottom, and let me take a look at this real quickly. MACD looks all right, still elevating in terms of momentum to the upside. Let's look at this move to the upside. Let's look at the symmetrical consolidation here and the nice bull pennant on the 30-minute that we have. That's nice, huh? We would always say that flags, it's a flag formation, so we would always say the flags fly at half mast. We would expect the repeat of this move to the upside, this preceding flagpole. Bam, we would want to stack that on top of that level of support. There we go, guys. And in terms of that to the upside, we now have a distinct target, which will be complicated by one thing, to the extent that we're operating up and above this specific original. This specific original framework, this level of resistance across the top, that could be an impediment to the completion of this on the 30-minute. I've been telling the VIP the 30-minute is either your friend or your foe, right? It's either your friend or your enemy. We know that this year, guys. So pay attention to that aspect. If we would look to overshoot, essentially establish a super trend. That's what a super trend is, guys. It's not it's a trend that keeps on going. And wow, it's been going for 5 years and the price is growing and everything's great. No, super trend is, and I guess you could try and go to essentially, I guess, you could go to a logarithmic and make the case for super trend. Although logarithmic is going to give you super trend almost on everything, isn't it? We can talk about logarithmic versus regular in terms of the framework of the charts, but looking at the logarithmic on the chart here, let's see logarithmic. Yeah. Logarithmic is going to essentially, I'm going to say that we're not even super trend technically logarithmically. Now, that's not to talk about price. Super trend is a completely different animal, guys. Super trend is and to the extent that someone thinks that we're currently in a super trend, I wouldn't want to hear that, because that would indicate that we would be headed down. Okay, super trend is a throw over of a channel You guys know that. And the channel framework, essentially, when you establish a pricing channel, just so that you know, you establish a pricing channel to the upside. You're moving, you're doing well, and let's make it a little bit more aggressive. Let's make it in line with, and actually I'll give you a demonstration here in terms of the technical features of the, let's do this real quickly, see if I can come up with the, where is the parallel channel real quickly. Parallel channel formation, and bam, here we go. Now in terms of this formation to the upside, this specific channel work to the upside, level of support, level of resistance. You see this throwover feature here? Now, this was an area we wanted to go super trend. We were ready to go super trend and really for it to stick. Every now and then it will. It just will. Okay, meaning, and if you look back at the coffee, the commodity coffee, literally the chart when coffee was hot, right? It wrote the book on this move from resistance support contained the same framework of the same channel, and bam, up and over the level of resistance. That's a throwover. Matic did it, AXS did it, a lot of the coins did it last year, guys. Powerful coins. Once you're over that level of resistance, it doesn't like to hold. Bam. VIP know this. You guys know this, right? So all those news events kind of poured down through this level here where we were essentially capitulating from the notion of super trend. Boom, up and out over that level of resistance of the established channel framework, guys, of that pricing dynamic. So achieve super trend negative implication over the resistance expected to capitulate. You guys look at that Prechter book, okay? Prechter is mentioned in New York Institute of Finance, so I encourage you guys to look at Prechter so we can go through the other details, etc. But right now, let's dig into the price action. Let's look at BTC and see where she's at, 0.03%. So not much going on with Bitcoin. I want to look at Dogecoin, see how it's settled down just a touch. Looks like Cody on the bottom left. Doge doing pretty well. Doge up, what is that, 1.77. Not too bad. Broken out of that structure. Looking at those dual indicated ascending triangle. Cody, downward sloping channel after a run up potential. Bottom left, we're looking at Cody with a bull flag. Near as well. Looks like Near has hit on its level of support. So we'll take a look at that. But not much, guys. Not much at all. Looking at a 0.47% move and USDT.D. And this portion here, just looking at that confirmation play, a lot of resistance that we saw, or a lot of conflict that we saw last night work its way out between two competing bull flags was exciting. Level of resistance to support, bam, nice move. Looking at the OGN or original protocol, bull flag, right? We're paying attention to that bull flag. Looking at just a nice pattern. These are the best patterns in the market right now. I reviewed it. It may not be the number one moving, something may shoot up out of nowhere, but technically speaking, like a move to the upside, FXS has capitulated down back underneath its EMAs. But yeah, we're still watching that bull flag on FXS. In addition, we're looking at SHIB, of course, because we'd like SHIB to not capitulate at this level. Looks like we're in a descending triangle, receiving some price action to the upside. It's going to be a challenge to get up and over that level of resistance. We have alerts scheduled up for VIP in the back, etc., and that is going to be that's going to be what that's going to be. Let's see what's moving right now. What's moving well in the market? See if we have any front-running movers. That XRP chart continues to look good. QTUM is a good. What's that, guys? Nice VIP chart that you guys have looked at a lot in the back. Nice to see QTUM moving. QTUM. Let me look at the framework here on the side. I'm going to pull up my side screen and take a look at Kyber. Looks like it may be getting some negative action, just so that we cover details on Kyber. And we discussed Kyber quite a bit. To the extent that these are trade opportunities, trading, right? Without a doubt, trade. You guys want to trade. We're just excited to bring you guys additional trading opportunities, especially if we get into the weekend, etc. Things like that. We're looking forward to you guys doing well on your trades, right? That's the whole idea. We want to be successful on trades throughout this weekend as we frame the goals for the weekend. Without a doubt, let's do it. Let's get some good trades going on. I'm going to review on the side here QTUM. Looking at QTUM. I'm going to look at XRP on the side, see if there's anything about to bust out of its specific, and I'll pull up. Let's look at XRP real quickly. XRP does have a flat top and does appear to be picking up in with a level of support. So we're going to pay attention to this to the extent that the buyers can continue. You guys know we covered this extensively last night. And I want to shout out to all the VIP. Anyone else who is considering joining, we want you to join STAT. We want you in the back, and that's going to be that. We can't wait to have you in the back. Top trade group in crypto, guys. Excited to have Angel, my man. What's up? You doing well? You chilling, huh? I hope everything's good. Top contributor invested in Bitcoin is $7.79. Chilling in the back. Hope you're doing well, my man. Big screen ignited, huh? Everything on a big screen. Always, guys, if you're watching these charts, watching on big screen, looking at XRP flat top ascending line of support. We called this the need for the ascension last night, and just nice to see buyers step in on XRP. Very nicely done. Extremely well done. And we saw a reversal feature of some sorts here in terms of at least a breakthrough of a channel formation, which is a nice play. We would have a nice, I'd say, dynamic play for a, what do we get? It looks like it beat a descending triangle. I doubt that's on every time frame. Let's see, maybe it is. It could be. Let's look at the candle wicks. Wow, nice move by XRP. What a surprise. Literally looking at this, a little bit of differentiation, but it just beat a descending triangle. Very impressive, interesting, and a question to VIP as I talk through this immediately right now. How do you guys think it beat the descending triangle? What are you guys looking at? You're looking at a fan, right? Fan procedure. Resistance, bam, to support, to resistance, bam, to support, and new line of resistance, okay, is measured by the seat here, and bam, up and over to support. So resistance, bam, to support, right? Then up and through. Resistance across the top here, bam, confirmed as support, up and through. Another line of resistance to support. And when I'm drawing across, I'm always connecting with the seat here. So yes, you can see a way of beating a descending triangle is a fan. So way to go, guys, in terms of understanding the technicals. If you guys chose to trade, way to go. Nice feature to look at in current, we'll just say the current expectation in the market in terms of the additional featuring we're seeing here. We're going to say should be bullish, because once you complete that third line on the fan, I'll just say this, the terminology is the reversal is complete. So we need an additional feature on top of this move. However, to complete that move to the upside, we need that additional feature to the upside. You're going to be combat a little bit. So technically the reversal is quote unquote complete. Okay. So to the extent that we have, I'd say an imperfect wedge, rising wedge here with only two hits, really kind of clustered hits in this level, the original level here. Just understand that the fan can beat a rising wedge. We focus on that fact quite a bit. VIP know this. We know this, and so that's one of the issues that, like other, I don't know any other retail traders who even mention that dynamic as something that's really founded, well established, and recognized on Wall Street, right? On literally by the traders on Wall Street. I know that because I know where they go to school, right? It's easy stuff. New York Institute of Finance. That's where they're we have a lot of their materials, etc. So, not to be like study nerds or anything like that, but if Wall Street knows something and they're involved in crypto trading during the daytime or night, we're gonna have to compete with them. We might as well compete with our A game, right? That's the deal. So Luke in the house, my man. What's up, Luke? Shout out, Luke. Bam, 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 bam. What's up, my man? Boom. Nice to see you. What is going on? Let's see, Luke. We got a weekend, and I want to ask. You going to be busy with family or work, or what do you have going on this weekend? And Luke has got the coolest the videos you send from work. It makes us want to go work with you. It's cool stuff. It's like, that looks fun. A lot of demolition, like moving the earth around. It's cool stuff, man. But let us know what you got going on this weekend, and we plugged into the charts of what you got going on. We'd love to see that. And let's see what we got. Dun 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 dun. Time. Let's see what we got. Let's dig into this function on the 1 minute. Let's go to 1 minute and just carving, right? Just absolutely carving. Like, when will it quit? Should it quit? Are we just happy going in the direction we're going, right? We broke out of this on BTC. We broke out of this triangulation. You guys know that in the back. Nice move since then. A little bit of volatility, not exactly an easy play, but we did have that parallel channel laid out relatively well. You guys know that from that 1 hourly. That's the trick on BTC right now. Lay out that parallel channel on the hourly. Carry those lines down into the lower time frames. You guys know that. And just make sure that you've got that mid-level function. The hourly is going to be the best time frame for you to accomplish that with that top level in terms of the level of resistance, right? And we already talked about that level of the completion difficulty that we would see based upon this top level resistance as identified on the hourly. Again, I'll tighten this channel up on the hourly so that we can dig in and see that mid-level function really perform well. As you guys were looking at potential leverage trades, we had this lower in the back. It was right in this area here, and the notion that we just were able to upon inspection, upon demonstration of whether or not you perfectly drew this channel, is just how many lines of or hits along support did we get in this area. Generalized kind of a channel framework to the upside right now. We could draw it now, and don't want to challenge it, but to just to see how the performance is going, right? Just extremely well done to the upside. And let's look at the 1 minute, for instance. A 1 minute has a nice demonstration of the triangulation that was broken out of. Glad we caught this in the back, guys. Glad we did. That pour down after the breakout, which occurred, the breakout occurred in a rising wedge, in the form of a rising wedge. So we did capitulate underneath that rising wedge. You guys know that. I hit a quick short. I'm sure some of you guys have hit plenty of them today in VIP. Way to go. Way to go, huh? Good trading, guys. Way to trade. I know that it's not always simple, right? Sounds fun, sounds easy, but it can be difficult. So I salute, guys. Way to go. Good job. Good job. In terms of that, it's I appreciate when people do well, because I just want you guys to do well. We got Luke out shopping with the family right now. All right, I'll be on the charts looking to book some trades. Bam. That's the way to go, brother. That's what's up. Hello to the whole family. Let me say, there we go. And I just want to shout out to the entirety of the family. What's going on? I'm going to say it's, and just hope you guys are all doing well and had a great day there with the family. Hope you guys are doing great. And let me see, got be a few hours before I get back to the house. No worries, take your time, and big shout out to the family. Hope everyone's happy and doing well. Hello, kiddos. Lamborghinis are on the way. There we go. I had to say that. We have a good Lamborghini relationship with the kiddos, without a doubt. They have their plans set. These kiddos are already planning their Lambo color, their everything about it. So we're excited about that in terms of Luke. On that note, and what I'll do is this. I didn't know tonight if it would be more of a what kind of night it would be. And Luke, I appreciate you definitely checking in, because I wanted to get the feel and the tempo of everybody to see, is it more of a family night? Is it more of a stream night? What is it? And the fact that you're around with family right now, let's preserve this. Is kind of some cool family time. You guys go chill with fam for a while. We will be back in the back. In addition to whatever family consideration you guys have, but we'll be back in the back with VIP, just to let you know, and we'll be kicking it with VIP family. And special shout out to Freddie. Freddie, what's up, man? I hope you're doing great. I haven't chatted with you in a while, and I hope you're keeping your nose to the grindstone in terms of all that certification you're going through. VIP are working hard this year. A lot of them have great jobs. It's exciting. Slim just got busy with some things. A lot of you guys are hustling at both ends. So if I can teach you guys how to maximize your involvement and make more money in less time, if we can at least go through the materials, go through the approach that would facilitate you guys to do that, more money in less time, all the time. That's just, that's the thing is, all the time. Yeah, I want to save you all the time in the world. How about that? Okay, in terms of you're booking the positive trades or not, just think of it that way. More money in less time all the time. And yeah, I want to save you all the time in the market that I possibly can. It's a big challenge. You guys know that, because crypto is open 24/7. I want you to be able to, say, capitalize or at least strategize around the difficulties that the market presents. Not just technically, is it going up or is it going down? The big question is, when's it going to move? You guys, you do realize that you can set your trades, you can set your targets, you can set your everything up on an order book. Everyone shows up and says, is it going up or is it going down? Nobody, no one shows up and says, when's it going to move? Pinpoint, when's it going to move? That's the most important dynamic, is your time is worth money. As you sit and wait for moves, as you trade for 2-3 weeks on one trade, as you're hanging out at one level of the Fibonacci, watching your resource expenditure there just sit for 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5, right? So as we would talk about that, yeah, enabling you guys somehow, and as a group dynamic, us enabling each other to create the dynamic where we're making more money in less time. We're booking trades and really beating the most difficult dynamic of the market, which is time. We could do that in 2022, guys. I just know it's going to be done with some of you. I know that you can do it. I've seen it done. I've been around some of the best. Some of the best are right here, period. In crypto, period. If not the best, period. So I know we can do it, guys. It's going to be fun. This is London. And that's, guys, just hang out a while. Hang out a bit and get to know the people around here, period. I'll invite you guys to do that, and definitely to join our VIP. Luke, you have a good night with the family. Go splurge. Have a good time. Have a great time. Go splurge. And, yeah, guys, I look forward to hanging out with you guys in the back. If you need maybe some specific videos on something, maybe I'll cut some specific videos for VIP in the back. We'll go over some details for some of the new guys maybe and talk about some of the advantages we try and bring in terms of the technicals to the market. Maybe we'll book some trades. Maybe we'll hit some 125Xs. Maybe we'll do something fun, guys, okay? Or 50X, 20X. You throw something on the wall, see if it sticks. With a decent, we talked about cash position, to not force, to not try and show up just with, nobody has to show up with anything to impress me, guys. You don't have to show up with anything to impress me, period, with anything at all to impress me on a trade or otherwise. Can you book a positive trade? That impresses me, period. Can you book 5 of them in a row? That really impresses me. Can you try and do that? That's the first step, right, to getting to where you can make more money in the market with less time in the market, right? Every time in the market, or all the time in the market. That's going to be the goal, guys. And does it really save you that most crucial dynamic, which is you being, wound into the market so much that you lose time. Like you see, I always say, eat well, sleep well, and invest in those relationships that you knew were worth investing in before you started investing. You see Luke out with family doing good stuff like that. So that's just those are the goals, 2022, and we're good at reaching goals without a doubt. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys develop. And this is London with Bitcoin Spike. We'll be back if necessary. I'll say that on the stream. We'll be back if necessary. Everybody hang out in the back. Say, hey, let's stream. Let's do it. I'm here. We'll talk. We'll chat. Okay. You guys take care of yourself in the meantime. And